Hello, it's Oopsy Daisy. I'm Ashley.
And I am the other person formerly known as Vanessa because I will be drawn into the world of Disney Plus. Because I got so much to watch. I gotta watch Recess, I gotta watch Darkwing Duck, I gotta watch Mighty Ducks, I gotta watch Lizzie M. There's so much. And Boy
Do
Meets
they have
World.
the first? Do they have the first Mighty Ducks film on there? I only saw the second and the third.
I don't know. I know they have the cartoon there, and that's what I need to
Oh
watch again.
God, that's a throwback.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna watch all that, and then watch The Mandalorian, and that's all that matters to me. Because Boy Meets World is there, and I'm ceasing to exist because of that. You know that's my shit. Where's our Boy Meets World podcast?
Oh God.
That would be legit.
I feel
Thank
like
you.
no one would like that just because we would shit on Corey, the main character, like the whole time. So, in this podcast, we are going to be reviewing Battle of the Bands episode.
Ugh, you know my reaction to that when you said that. I was like,
This is
oh,
an iconic episode.
why? Because Derek grinds on Casey.
Well, that's one of the reasons, yes, or the main reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, it's a big talked about episode. It's something that I feel like everyone kind of knows about. So,
True.
you know,
You know.
you know. So, in the beginning of this episode, we learn that they're going to be having a Battle of the Bands competition at the school. And we immediately see Derek. He's like writing out an autograph.
It was huge too.
He was taking forever as
He took,
well.
he took the whole page. He was like, Derek. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god.
And like he's signing these autographs and like no one has ever heard them perform. Oh my gosh. He has these people eating out of his palm, like of his hand.
We know this already though.
Yes, I know, but it's just like this is actually a big proof of like how much influence he has over the school. They've never even heard him like perform, and yet they're already asking for autographs like he's going to be this like big time musician dude.
Yeah.
Though they do have a lot of fanfics where he does become like a big time musician.
I've never seen any of those.
Really?
Yeah, never. It's always like a hockey player or it's like the film.
I mean, I know a lot of them aren't that great. I've come across a couple of them. Like I know, like I think there was one where he had like he's the record deal, but then like he runs into Casey while he's in like New York City or something. I don't know. There's a couple of them. None that are like too good that I can actually remember, but when you're desperate to read stuff, you read anything sometimes.
It's true. That is true.
It is. Like, it's hard to read, but you have to just stumble through it because there's nothing else.
Oh god. It's a struggle.
It is. Also, from the last episode, he was just like strumming on his guitar, and then now he has a whole band.
Maybe he had a band there. We don't know, but I feel like he just randomly decided after that day. He just like went up to like Sam and Ralph and was like, let's rock today.
So Sam comes up, and he's like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, they've never heard us play. We don't have a lead singer, and they don't even have like a name, and let alone any talent.
Yeah.
And Derek says that he has a name for their group, the very original D-Rock
That makes
name.
no sense though. I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Like what? Why?
D-Rock, Derek Rocks, or
Yeah, it was Dick Hard or whatever. Dick Rocks he talked about on the last episode. But like, why would his band agree to that though? It's not like Hootie and his Blowfish.
They,
which are coming back, by the way.
oh God. I don't know. I guess because they don't care if they're not named in it. Because they can't be the DSR rock.
That would be cool.
The DSR.
Yeah, they'll be like, and he has DSR, and everyone's like, oh,
Oh
what does
God.
it mean?
Oh God. DRS. Doctors. Doctors.
No. Oh, it could just been DRS. DSR, and then everyone thinks it's something like mysterious, but actually it's just Derek, Ralph, Sam. Or Sam, Ralph, whatever. That's all it is. And it sounds mysterious and cool and edgy.
Mm-hmm. But no, we have D-Rock.
Yeah.
So
Big
they're
hard
talking. I want to say something. It's really inappropriate.
Do it. Do it. This is why the people come here.
No, it's just like obviously Dick Rock.
Yeah.
It's very, hard.
It's
a
not
hard
saying
rock.
Dick Hard Rock. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's what it means. And everyone
Oh
just
my
thinks
God.
it's Derek Rock.
Oh, I can imagine Casey's like finding herself in a conversation like this, and Derek's just like dropping these innuendos and everything.
Yeah, you think, no. She's like, why do you guys like this? This is Derek Rock. They're like, no, actually, it's just Dick Rock. And they're like, oh!
Derek!
Derek!
So, anyway, as they're talking, Sheldon Schlepper just pops up, like, behind them. He appears out of nowhere, and, because he hears that they don't have a lead singer. And he's like, I could be your lead singer. I have a great voice. But Derek, he's like, no, position's been filled. And he's like, he's going to be the lead singer. And then, of course, after Sheldon leaves, Sam's like, you're going to be the lead singer? He's like, can you even sing? And Derek's like, we're going to have the amp cranked up so loud, no one has to know.
It's true.
Oh, God. But with what they're singing, what we find out what they're singing later on, I don't think it really matters whether he's singing it or not too much. Like,
yeah, no, it was... Was it just literally, like, the same thing repeated over, and then na-na-na-na-na?
Mm-hmm. So then he asks Sam if he wants to come over to his place to rehearse, and just then Casey walks by.
Oh.
I forgot they were totally dating.
Yeah, same, until, like, that scene, and then she's
Until
like,
that scene, it's like, are things still awkward between you guys? And then Sam's like, no, it's fine. We can just, I can go over to your house.
Yeah,
but yeah, I completely forgot. I was like, oh yeah, they dated.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Try to forget.
I was so confused.
Well, it seems like it happened forever ago, but it really wasn't that long ago within the show. It was like the first episode of the season.
Yeah.
So, anyway. So then they're at the house, and they're playing for his family. Sam is playing bass, I believe.
Yes.
Ralph is playing drums. Mm-hmm. Also, I believe this is the first time we've seen Ralph. I don't think we've seen him before this.
No, it might be the first time we do.
And Derek is playing the guitar and singing.
Can I just say that song, because the lyrics are like, you said it was over and it was not over, kind of thing. It kind of reminds me that they're singing a hybrid song of like Blink-182, All the Small Things with the na-na-na, and then Kelly Clarkson's Since You've Been Gone. It reminds me of. It's literally like Kelly Clarkson, Blink-182 hybrid.
I wonder if the Kelly Clarkson song had come out yet.
I think so. Because, yeah, I think so.
So, Derek also listens to Kelly Clarkson.
Yes, on top of Avril Lavigne. So, in his mind, he was thinking...
Okay, it came out, I think in 2005, and it's like 2006.
Yeah, so maybe Derek is like, what are we going to sing?
Ooh, 2004. It was the end of 2004. So, yeah, he's definitely heard it by then.
So, he's probably thinking, since you've been gone. And then he goes, na-na-na. I'm just saying. He has very good influences of Avril Lavigne and Kelly Clarkson.
Right.
Some good.
And then So they have that stupid lyrics. You said it was over when it was not over, like on loop. Na 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 na
Yeah,
na.
since you've been gone.
Um. So of course Edwin thinks it's awesome,
Hmm.
but everyone else is kind of like beating around the bush of how to tell them what their reactions are. Because like Nora was like, it's awesomely loud,
Hmm. Hmm.
and George is like, what'd you say?
Hmm.
And I don't know what Lizzie says, but she's just kind of like,
She's like, I can't hear.
yeah. And so Sam just like straight up asked Casey, like, what'd you think, Casey?
Ugh.
And he's like, we can take the criticism.
You stink.
Yeah. And then she's like, well, you're awful.
Pretty much.
And they show a close up of Derek seemingly like kind of like upset.
Hmm.
And I actually feel like it's a bit of a parallel between when he kind of got upset during that Sam thing. Because remember, he was like, oh, don't embarrass yourself in front of Sam. She's like, but I will, or something like that. And she left.
Yeah.
And he had that like face. He kind of made a similar face
Hmm.
that he was just kind of like hurt.
Hmm.
He's only ever hurt with something Casey says.
It's true.
Very sad.
It is sad.
But then Derek admits this time, and this time only, that Casey is right. That they stink, and that he doesn't want to perform, this in front of people that actually matter. Meaning, his family doesn't matter. Their
Yeah.
opinions really don't matter.
They don't matter at all.
And Ralph's like, dude, we can't let down our fans. And then he's like, my mom's making t-shirts.
So is she like the only fan?
His mom?
Yeah.
No, obviously not, because Derek's signing autographs and
Yeah, but
everything.
like, she's their number one fan.
Oh, obviously.
She's making t-shirts.
Mm-hmm. So Derek says, so this is like a Friday, I'm assuming. And they said that they need a new singer by Monday because the competition's Monday. Who the hell holds a Battle of the Bands competition on a Monday?
People who aren't cool because, yeah, they're like, well, we got
This
nothing
isn't
else.
Casey's school.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, shouldn't it be on like a Friday?
Yeah, it should be on a Friday, but they're having it on like a Monday after, like a Monday night.
To be fair, I had a high school dance, and it was on like a school night as well.
That's dumb.
It really was, but it was like over at like 8 or 9. So
Still.
listen, I didn't say we were smart, and this school isn't smart either.
So anyway, at dinner, George is talking about his days when he was in a band, which was called George in the Jungle.
That's a legit band. I would listen to them.
Yeah, okay.
Listen.
I just picture them having like these like a
Yeah, I was gonna say one of those like when Edwin was playing.
yeah,
Yeah,
behind like every single one of their like songs.
I had to do that in like high school
Oh my god.
in drama class because it was like something with cavemen and some like
Oh
play,
my god.
and we had those drums, and they're like Vanessa laid down the beat, and I was like, dum, 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 dum.
You know what I was just thinking? What they would wear on stage?
What, leotards, loincloths?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what is he, like Tarzan or something?
With his hair though, I could see it, especially if he was like younger.
Probably. Oh god, that'd be horrifying.
But he has the long
He
hair.
always has the long hair.
Mm-hmm. He could probably pull it off for being like a Tarzan type of guy. Okay, so while George is talking about his band times, Nora suggests that maybe D-Rock should get a female singer.
Yeah.
And Marty suggests Daphne, who is her imaginary friend. And I think this is the first time we've heard of her on this show. I don't remember her bringing it up beforehand.
Maybe.
Cause she's like saying the name in explaining herself. Like they didn't know who she was talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is also the first time we've heard of her.
Ooh.
But Derek's like, he appreciates the idea, but he says that this is a serious alt rock punk band, not some soft rock girl band, which he seems to get some of his inspiration from anyway.
Yeah, you gotta get Avril Lavigne in there.
And Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah,
He just doesn't want to admit it because he doesn't want to seem like soft.
probably.
But,
Mm.
that's where Derek's getting all his, like, inspiration from.
Yeah, remember Casey steals his CD of Avril Lavigne.
So Casey tells him, like, oh, like, your lyrics are, all that serious. Vanessa's being distracting.
What are you talking about? It's criminal alternate universe, George.
She sent me a picture of George looking all, like, creepy. Oh, gosh.
It's alternate universe for the criminal family.
But
Man.
anyway, so she's saying, like, oh, like, your lyrics are so serious. And Derek's like, I don't care.
Don't
So,
care.
Nora says that, oh, Casey can sing. And she was saying that she was the lead in every musical. Wait, no, Lizzie said it?
I don't remember. I watched.
Someone said Casey can sing. And Nora was like, yeah, she was the lead in every musical at her last school.
Hmm.
Casey. I can't believe she was cool. Nothing against theater kids. My friends were all theater kids, but still, it's just like
Casey's not cool.
Casey could do everything at her old school, and people would have like worshipped the ground she walked on. Apparently,
Apparently.
so she was in theater. We know that now, and
Hmm.
of course, she was the lead in everyone. But Derek's just like no.
No.
So
In this
it's in
house.
the kitchen. Derek had called an emergency band meeting, and Ralph is very concerned about the wardrobe that they're going to wear on stage. And he's currently wearing vinyl pants, and he says they don't breathe very well.
They look like leather. And she's like, nah, they're vinyl.
Those leather pants, nah, vinyl. It's like, oh my god.
So weird.
And then he's telling Sam, like, oh, what are you gonna wear? And Sam's like, pants that breathe.
Yeah.
And then Derek brings up the idea that maybe they should get a female singer, that his family had said that. And the other guys are like, oh, that's good. That will take away from how bad we are. And so then Edwin comes in and he basically makes himself their manager and said he'd host auditions.
Hmm.
So then there's this like montage of auditions that happen. And then even George and Nora come in for like one. And George is in his like leather jacket and Nora's singing.
George in the jungle.
Yeah, and Nora is singing like pretty badly. But I can't help but see this, like them acting like that, and just see like Derek and Casey like 20 years from now. Like that would just be them.
Oh, it's so gaudy. I hate it.
Then after the auditions, Edwin is about to go to Derek's room when he suddenly hears Casey singing a song. So then he goes into Derek's room and he tells him all about how the auditions were. And, he's basically saying that they all sucked. But this one person, he was like, this one girl has a butter voice, which basically means she's perfect, butter voice.
Butterfly.
Why?
We already know why he's not a nice person when it comes to women sometimes.
That is true with Edwin, yes. So Derek's just like, oh, well, what the hell? He's like, so then we're screwed, basically. And
Hmm.
Edwin's like, well, we have one other person. And Derek's like, great, how fast can she get here? And he's like, pretty fast, and he opens up the vent that's in Derek's room so he can hear into Casey's room. Side note, I've seen this in a couple of the fics that they use. That they use this in a
Yeah,
couple
the
of
vent is
fics.
always used. The vent's always used in fics.
Yes. Is that actually like a thing? I don't know.
I don't know, but what is she singing? It sounds like she's singing some nursery rhyme or something.
Something's. I thought Marty was singing earlier, like "Polly Wolly Dooley Holiday," something like that.
Yeah, so
Like,
she's like, yeah, so she's like singing a nursery rhyme.
yeah, I don't know, but it's like she just keeps singing it and singing it. I'm like, how long was she
God,
singing this song?
no idea.
And then Derek, he hears this and he hits his head against the desk saying, "Oh, she's perfect." Like, yes, of course, Derek, but you knew this already, right?
Right?
Right.
Right.
So Edwin and Lizzie, they meet in the games closet, and Edwin is telling Lizzie to convince Casey to join D-Rock. And Lizzie is like, well, what's in it for my client? But we never
Your
hear
client.
what it was going to be.
No, we don't.
We don't hear the initial agreement of what they would get.
No, but it kind of comes up later, doesn't it?
Right, but that's after the fact. Like, they would have to come up with some type of agreement of what she would get this time. But anyway, so Lizzie goes to Casey's room, and she's cringily like, working harder, hardly working.
I use that all the time, by the way.
But she just comes in, it's all awkward, and she says this, and I'm just like, oh, the cringe.
Yeah. It's like my life, though. I always say that. I'll be like, working hard or hardly working. There's a picture of me on Facebook, and it's me, like, asleep at a desk, and the caption's like, working hard or hardly working.
Oh, speaking of that, you uploaded a picture that you got this beer case.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Right. And guess what the name of the thing is?
It's the best name.
Space Case.
Yeah, it's a limited run of a craft brewery where I live, and it's called Space Case, and I lost my mind. I was like, Ashley!
She said it to me, and I was like, that is perfect. I love it.
No, it's good.
Back to the show. And Lizzie says that Casey has been a slump since she broke up with Sam. And Casey's like, no, I haven't. And then she kind of realizes that, yeah, she kind of has. So then Lizzie's like, well, to get out of that slump, you should take a risk and do something you always secretly wanted to do. And Casey's like, dye my hair blonde? Which is funny because in the movie, she eventually does dye her hair blonde.
Maybe she decided, she's like, this is my moment, my dream.
Right.
Or maybe she was like, Derek only likes blonde girls now. Let me just dye my hair blonde.
And then he dates a brunette in that movie.
Yeah, and she's like, God damn it! God damn it!
So Lizzie says that she should be the lead singer of D-Rock. And it cuts to the hallway, and all you hear is Casey laughing, like, super loudly. And then once again, Edwin and Lizzie are in the closet. And Edwin asks how it went. And Lizzie just says that Casey basically cried from laughing so hard, so it's a no. So that they're going to have to sweeten the deal. So, again, I don't know what the original deal was, but Edwin goes to Derek's room now with a list of their demands. And the list of their demands are a trip to Sweden, a band name change, and a be nice clause. Which also, what is this show's obsession with Sweden?
I didn't even hear the Sweden part in it. Like, I must have blanked out and missed it.
It was that was the first thing he said. Because I even had to go back because I was like, oh, wait, what did he say? And then he was like, a trip to Sweden. I was like, that's a little, like, reaching there.
I don't know what it is with Sweden because it had the hockey game or whatever in Sweden. So I don't know.
I mean, I know Sweden's a big hockey thing, but, like, does Casey really want to go to Sweden? That's just, like, really weird.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But anyway, but Derek says that it's his band, so he's going to choose the type of music they play. Maybe that's what it was. To change the music? I don't know.
Let's change our name to Sweden? What?
But anyway, Derek's like, it's his band, so he gets to choose the music, he gets to choose the name, and he chooses not to be nice. So Lizzie's in Casey's room, now, and she says that the change of the name is a no-go. And Casey is unsure how she's going to be able to get over Sam if she keeps seeing him. So, and then Lizzie's like, well, maybe you'll just end up being really good friends after all of this. Of course, Lizzie's like, find your inner rocker and take that risk.
Ugh.
So she's like, okay. So then it cuts to Derek and Casey. They're at the kitchen table and they're signing this contract with George there. Because he's a lawyer, remember that guy?
Yeah. He literally was like, guys, let me write this up. And he was so jazzed, too. See how jazzed he was? He was like, oh my god, I get to practice law, finally.
So they actually wrote up this, contract, and they're signing it. It's the be nice clause. They're not supposed to, say, bad names or whatever, make fun of and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day, Derek is coming down the stairs, and he has clearly just woken up, and he's wondering why Sam and Ralph are there already. And they say that they had band rehearsal, and Derek's like, no, we don't. My thing is, how did they know they were having band rehearsal without knowing who?
Casey obviously texted them. She has a cell phone now, remember?
Right, but if Casey texted them, then they would know that Casey invited them.
We didn't say they were the smartest group of boys.
Or did Casey, steal Derek's phone and was like, hey guys?
Maybe she knew that they wouldn't listen to her text, so band meeting, band practice from Derek's phone. They were like, all right, we gotta get over there.
So Casey then comes from the kitchen with veggie sticks, or veggie snacks, and she's saying she was the one that called for the rehearsal. So Derek's like, my band only eats takeout, not rabbit food. And then he says his band never rehearses before noon.
See, I'm a big fan of his food choices there. I would love a good takeout food and not rabbit food. I just had a burger. I just got back from having burgers with my sister, and it was delightful. Oh, delicious. I mean, she did get lost in a parkade and looped around the same level for 5 minutes. It was so funny.
But in the end, it was worth it.
She was like, why am I still on level 3? And I'm like, because... I was crying by this point. I was, laughing so hard. And I was like, because you keep passing the exit and going back up and down on the same level. And she's like, oh. So funny.
Casey, though, insists that they need to practice a lot before tomorrow, Monday, because, well, they do. They haven't even practiced at all together, so it definitely needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So then Casey takes out this pieces of paper, and Derek's like, what's that? And she was like, well, I added some content, real content, to your song. And he was like, I was contented before.
God, his English is so amazing.
And then she's like, your song was more shallow than a wading pool.
That too, that is true.
And Casey argues that he agreed for her to have artistic freedom, but Derek doesn't want to budge. They fight. She leaves and goes to her room.
What's with her and running off to her room?
I know. So the boys are in the kitchen listening to George talk to them more about his band days. Ralph looks enthralled. He's just like, oh my god, wow, this is amazing. And then Sam's just in the background, just strumming his bass a bit. And Derek literally is looking at his dad and being like, kill me now.
He's probably heard this story a billion times, too.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then Edwin comes down and Derek goes to him and he's saying you have to let Casey sing your song. And Derek's like, I'd rather listen to Dad sing, talk about his golden days. And then George starts talking about him playing with Hendrix, which is not Jimi Hendrix, but just some totally different guy with no relation. But he's like, but boy, could that guy play the cowbell.
But all I can think about that is Will Ferrell.
I know.
So
needs more Ferrell. Cowbell.
It's just Will Ferrell playing the cowbell for George in the Jungle.
This is like an odd group because we have them playing like the dong 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 dong,
Ding,
and then they
ding,
have the
ding, ding,
cowbell.
ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh gosh. Okay. I
Ding,
would
ding, ding.
like die to see these guys perform.
It'd be wild.
So then after he hears his dad talking about the story, he's like, fine, I'll let Casey sing her song. So it cuts to them in the living room and they're rehearsing now, and Casey is singing her version of the song. It is a lot slower and not so punk rock or anything like that. It's
You said
obviously.
it was over and it's already over. And I'm like, oh god.
It would put you to sleep. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And it's obviously about Sam, which I think Sam actually picks up on after she starts singing it more. So after she's done, she asks everyone what they thought. And of course, Derek, he's like, the be nice clause prohibits me from saying what I
Yeah.
think. And, Ralph's just kind of like, And Sam, though, he says he likes it because
Of
of
course
course
he
he
does.
does.
It's about him and Casey. Obviously.
So Derek tells Ralph that he wants him to be his new best friend now.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ralph, all he cares about is wardrobe still. And he's saying, like, to Casey, so what are you going to wear for your wardrobe? I'm thinking the skimpier and the tighter, the better. So, of course, Casey goes off.
That's so funny.
And she was like, oh, is that the only reason why you wanted me to be the singer? So I could wear revealing clothes? And Ralph's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And Sam's like, no. And Derek's like, ew. Like, but Derek, your ew is a little unconvincing there, buddy.
It's
Just a
true.
little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
But of course, Casey's like, I object to being objectified.
So that
And then,
reminds me of?
what?
It reminds me of Legally Blonde when Elle Woods is trying to get into like Harvard and then some guy like whistles at her and she's like, I
I object!
object.
Yeah!
She's like, I'm totally confident of using lawyer jargon in my everyday life. Whistle, I object.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Oh, it's so good. When are we gonna get Commander and Chic? We need it right now.
Oh my god, I forgot they were gonna do that. I need it now, yeah.
I need Legally Blonde 3. Let's go. Let's go, Reese Witherspoon. Give the people what they want.
So anyway, Casey, she goes to her room again, all mad. So then eventually Derek goes up into Casey's room, and she's like, well, thanks for coming up here to apologize. And he laughs because he's like, oh, I'm not here to apologize.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, I'll do your song. But he's like, we have to let us like crank it up a notch. And she was like, I want them to, hear the music. Like I want them to feel the music. And he's like, you gotta stop thinking the music and start feeling it.
God.
And she said she can't stop thinking. She's not him. But he then tells her, well, she needs at least move. Like, they don't need a statue on stage.
It's true though, because she's like literally like just there and she's just like swaying side to side. I thought it was over. Blah 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 blah.
I'm sure you could make that song good and upbeat. Like, I feel like you would be able to do that. Like,
Yeah. You could totally
so,
just I just don't know, she's just crazy.
yeah. She's like, no, I just want people to focus on the music, not me getting funky.
Yo man, I always get funky on the dance floor.
It's like, Casey, how much are you listening to George's stories? Like, no one just gets funky and up on stage. Like,
Yeah, you do.
I mean, she's saying it like it's gonna be like that's how people are going to like describe her, but like no one's going to describe her up there being funky. Like that's just such a '70s term. So Casey said that they're gonna sing her song the way she wants it, or there's gonna be no way. So apparently they, come to the agreement that she's just going to sing it her way. But
Okay.
Derek goes up to Sam at school the next day, and he tells Sam that maybe they should just skip it. They should just not do the Battle of the Bands. But apparently, Edwin was very enthusiastic and basically plastered all the walls of the school with D-Rock flyers saying that they're going to perform. Basically meaning everyone can't wait to see them and they can't
But
back out.
I'm always so confused about Edwin because he got the like whole tally for the election. He doesn't go to that school. He doesn't go to that school, and he's somehow able to plaster the whole school with flyers for D Rock.
I
I don't
wonder how
understand.
I wonder how far his school is from the high school.
Is he like paying like the janitor to like put up stuff for him or something, or letting him in after hours? I'm very confused.
I just think he's probably very sneaky. He probably like stole the keys from the janitor, made copies, and now he has them at his disposal. Come on.
That's
Edwin's like
just
a
like
criminal mastermind now.
so criminal AU, criminal AU at George AU.
so, um, so apparently, uh, then like Sheldon just pops up again, and he was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see you guys. You're my only real competition." And Sam's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Just their like presence scared off everyone else except for Sheldon and like some other weird person. The accordion? They played the accordion? Something like that? I don't know.
Okay.
Forget. But Casey, but yeah, so Derek's like, great, we're gonna be laughed off the stage. So Casey goes to Paul's office saying she's really happy and that not even Paul can burst her bubble because apparently Paul's just one big bubble burster. And she says that she's the lead singer of Derek's band and she's pushed the group in a more tasteful direction. And of course, of course, Paul asks if Derek's okay with that. And she's like, no, but he has to be because I'm the only singer he could find. So Paul basically points out that if it's Derek's band, shouldn't she be singing Derek's music? And Casey starts realizing how terrible she's been. And of course, her bubble's been burst. So she's starting to feel bad. So she just goes up to Sam after talking to Paul and being like, why can't we talk anymore? We used to talk all the time when we were dating, but now we can't. What's wrong with us? Casey, sometimes when people go out, they never talk to each other again, really, after they break up.
I was just really expecting Sam to be like, well, we didn't talk then either because you just talked for both of us or something.
And then when they did talk, they were fighting.
Yeah.
When she talking about like the first week they were together?
Yeah. Remember she would like only talk and he'd just be like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She talked for both of them.
She asked Sam what she should do as her friend, since the band is Derek's. We never hear his response, but it cuts to the stage and the announcer introduces D-Rock. And Derek just reaches the backstage as they're being announced, saying he just got done puking.
Well, that's the thing that happens, doesn't it? Doesn't it always show you get sick for like hockey games and stuff too?
Derek does not do well under pressure.
True.
He gets sick before this. He gets sick before games. He was panicking to high heaven last episode with the teacher. So I half wonder if he tries not to care about things, just because if he does care, he ends up worse than Casey, like worrying about it.
He just cries.
Yeah. But also their wardrobe, especially Derek's hair here.
Is he wearing guy liner?
I think so.
Is he trying to be like Captain Hook from Once Upon a Time?
I was thinking more like Fallout Boy.
That too, but it's his guy liner. He's trying to be Captain Guy Liner.
They start singing Casey's version of the song.
Wait. Can we stop for a second?
Okay.
Oh no, wait. You talk about it later. I hate her clothes.
What?
I hate her clothes so much.
Oh.
Her clothes is horrifying. Those huge hoop earrings and that bandana. Like, do you remember that style? The bandana style over the hair? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, her whole outfit was just screamed Salvation Army to me. Nora's at it again. Nora's at it again.
That's terrible. But she looked like Casey looks like a total hippie.
Yeah, but
And she sticks out like a sore thumb with them all trying to look like hardcore rockers.
Yeah. They are trying to be rockers, and then Casey's like, Mom, I need the best rocking outfit ever. She's like, no worries, Casey, I got you. Goes off to the Salvation Army, and she's like, oh, perfect. Grabs this bandana. Maybe Casey was supposed to, like, wear that bandana, like, differently, and Casey's like, oh, obviously it's gonna go over my hair. maybe she got her good clothes, and Casey just wore it completely wrong. Who knows? But Salvation Army strikes again.
So they start singing Casey's version, and the crowd immediately starts yelling things. One girl's like, we want the real D-Rock! But, like, they've never performed before. How do you know this is not the real D-Rock?
That's true. That's 100% true. I thought of that as well.
Poser. This is the real D-Rock.
There's only one D-Rock. You don't know anything. Casey, me too!
This D-Rock, their mood is flaccid. Oh.
Oh
Okay. So anyway, Casey, like, after she hears this, Casey's like, me too, before ripping off her hippie clothes.
I felt so bad. Why was she wearing it?
And then Derek totally checks her out, obviously, when she's taking
He's
off
just
the clothes.
Oh boy.
Taking off that Salvation Army clothes. Woo! Okay.
Yeah, and then she's like wearing like a leather, like, what is she wearing?
Like vest
a leather
and everything.
corset. Leather corset.
No, wait, hold on. It's a vinyl vest.
A vinyl corset. Sorry.
Ralph hooked her up.
Yeah. Vinyl corset. He knows the guy in the vinyl business.
So Casey starts singing Derek's version of the song, and the crowd starts like mosh pitting. They start like mosh pitting and everything. And of course, you can't have the step-siblings essentially grinding up against each other during a performance.
Derek just like goes up and he's like, "Hey!" And I was like, "Oh God!"
I would wonder what, like, I'm trying to figure out like how I would react if like these were people I actually went to school with. Like, oh, their stepbrother and sister, and then seeing them on stage, like, oh, what's going on at home?
You know what? It's funny though, is because that song's going on and everything, and the dancing, blah blah blah, and Casey and Sam were dating. So you've been like, that's where the grinding's gonna be there, but no, Derek's just like, move up, this is my hoe. And he just starts fucking grinding up on Casey instead.
Oh God.
It's so bad. Oh God. I was like crying while listening to it.
They do that. And then they have the last act, which is Sheldon. He has a keyboard. And, okay, so Derek and all of them are in the crowd now, since they've already performed. And Sam and Ralph are off somewhere. And Casey and Derek are somewhere else, which I'm like, why are they by themselves? Like, why aren't they all just together?
Because
but anyway,
together.
Huh?
Because they're together.
So,
that's how they were grinding.
Sheldon starts singing.
It's so fake.
And he has a pretty good voice.
It's so fake.
No, he actually does sing.
No, it's fake.
No, he's an actual musician. He sings. I don't know if it's just like that, but I mean, like, he actually like performs in real life.
Well, I think in that moment it was fake as shit.
Well, I think they obviously like recorded it somewhere else and had him like lip sing it.
Okay, because it looked so bad and I was crying.
Yeah. But basically, the song is about people treating him really badly.
Yeah.
Sheldon, get away away from me. That's usually how it would go.
It's so bad, and everyone's like crying.
But yeah, and like I wouldn't like cry from laughter, but everyone in the audience is like almost in tears. It's like you're the one
Yeah,
that treats him shitty, and you're crying.
yeah. It's probably her. That's probably why she's
But he
crying.
gets
She's
like,
like, "How could I do that?"
but he gets like way too into it. Like he stands up and he throws back his like
Head.
his seat, and he's just like playing the keyboard really like oh my god. Okay, this is where we see a small part that is big in fan videos where Casey just looks at Derek. And I still don't understand what she's trying to say in this look.
Maybe she doesn't like how Derek's always like, "Get away from me, Casey." She feels she commiserates with the song.
But it so feels worthy, this look. And like Derek, he looks over for a second and then like he just like knocks his shoulder against hers to get her to stop because it's too feelsy for him. It is,
Maybe. She's probably like,
obviously.
"Shut up! You know you like when I push you away. Stop! Stop!"
So that's that. And then at the very end of the episode, Casey and Derek are walking into their house. It's dark. And they're like, oh my god, I can't believe we lost to Sheldon.
Yeah.
And Derek said he even lost his groupies to Sheldon, or at least some of them.
Are those the what was it in the election? What were they called? Schleppettes. He got his schleppettes.
The what?
His schleppettes.
Oh gosh. I didn't realize they had a name.
Yeah, he was like, "Let's go schleppettes" or something.
Alright, so yeah, now they're schleppettes, even more of them. That will probably make fun of them like a week from now, again.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the lights just turn on. And the rest of the family is in the living room with instruments. And Nora starts singing If You Happy and You Know It.
Why?
They do the cringiest stuff sometimes. I'm just like,
It's
well,
so true.
why? Well,
I hate it.
why?
I hate this show so much. I say this every episode. I hate this show so much. And this is why.
So they start singing and they're like, hey, D-Rock, you want to, like, you know, perform with us or whatever? And
No.
Derek and Casey just, like, rush up the stairs. And, like, Casey's, like, pushing Derek, like, urging him to keep going.
Yeah. It's so bad. I hated it. I hate it so much.
But, yeah. So that was that episode.
Did we get any questions at all?
I am trying to see. Okay, this was actually for the last episode. But the ep is the introduction of Sheldon Schlepper. If we weren't shipping Dasey, what would you think of Casey and Sheldon? Are they both too type A to work, or are they a power couple who takes over Thompson High?
Ew.
I don't think I could ever ship them.
Ew.
Sheldon's just too weird.
Cry.
Like, I feel like Casey needs someone who's going to be the opposite of her, like Derek, because she's too neurotic and she needs someone to be, like, chill. And I feel like Sheldon would just get neurotic with her.
I'm just scared. It scared me.
But yeah, I don't think I would ship Casey and Sheldon. I don't think I could. I think I liked Max and Casey. Maybe like the first episode, like when he first like met her. But then after that, I was just like, no, didn't like it.
I hate it.
But yeah, I don't think I could like Casey and Sheldon. I don't know. People listening, do you think you would ship Casey Sheldon, or do you ship Casey and Sheldon? What do you think?
No. I hate it.
Let me see if there's anything else, because this is a big episode, so it's like. Anything else you want to say?
No. I hate it. Fams, I hate it. I just gotta go watch Disney Plus now. That's my life now, guys.
Okay. Well, this is the end. If you're not already, follow us on Tumblr at daisy.tumblr.com or follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/oopsydaisypod.
Hell yeah.
The links would be in the description in the YouTube. If also leave comments under the in the YouTube section,
Rate us 5
or you
stars.
can tweet at us, rate us 5 stars, and all the Spotify and Apple
All that jazz.
stuff. And send us questions
I've given up, but I'll still ask. Send us a voice message.
on Anchor.
So sad. I'm looking at you guys. I don't know your name. Daisy Lover 420. I'm looking at you.
All right, until next time. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. She said it was over and it was not over. No, 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 no. Thank you.